Good afternoon, my Britches. I'm not drinking alcohol. Don't be alarmed. I wanted to have a little discussion before I go to work tonight. This kind of stems from my live stream a few days, or not a few days ago. It was like a week ago. It was my things I wish the beauty community would do different. No wine. Not tonight. I have to go to work. Oh, hi, Karen. I'm at work. I'm going to work here shortly. That's why I have no wine. But I figure I want to have an open discussion about things that I wish brands would do differently. I want to do these types of videos in hopes to get our voices as a community heard, because it seems like people are too afraid to say anything openly. And this probably assures me that I won't be on a lot of brands PR lists like ever, but I don't care about that. I care about this community and the relationship that I have with you guys. And I just want it to be an open discussion about just things that we wish brands would do differently in hopes that we get heard by these brands. Look at this freaking shirt. Living my best life. Yes, bitch. Hi, everyone. I'm all ears. Jen, your collaboration with Rich Lux has a lot to do with this, honestly, because I feel like there's some brands that do things so right, and then there's more brands that do things more wrong. And I want them to hear this from like a smaller micro influencer's perspective. That phrase alone drives me fucking crazy, and I want to express my feelings on this why, and I just want to have an open community discussion. I want to share this really quick, so just bear with me for a minute, because the more people we have on these, the better. This is meant to get our voices heard, because I feel like as a community, that's what we're supposed to do. Like, we're supposed to have open discussions. We're not supposed to be afraid to say certain things because we're too afraid to piss people off or get kicked off a PR list. Like, it shouldn't be about those things, at least to me. That's not why I do this. I do this because I purely love makeup in this community, and just I've been involved with it for so long, and I don't know. I want to use my voice to do things differently. That's all. Let's talk about Jackie and Anastasia Beverly Hills. We'll probably get to that. There's certain things that I want to like nitpick at, and I want to get your guys' feedback, because maybe I'm just too attached. Maybe I'm just over emotional when it comes to this thing or this topic. But I feel like it's important to talk about this. Hi, Lisa. The beauty community needs more people like you. I definitely think that there's a ton of people like me that aren't afraid to speak up and say stuff. It's just we're overshadowed by problematic people. And that's one of the topics that I want to kind of talk about. So let me share this really quick. I'm going to share this on my Twitter and all that fun stuff. Oh, my phone's got to charge while I'm doing this. I have to go to work in like an hour, so this isn't going to be as long. So I encourage you guys, if you have people that are like involved in this community, you have friends, whatever, tag them on this video, share it with them. I want to get our voices heard, because I feel like that's important, especially with some of the directions that I see certain brands going in. And I'm not afraid to like call out brands specifically, just because I don't feel like I should. And again, I'll probably assure myself that I'll never be on PR lists, but I don't care. I purchase like 95% of my makeup anyway, so I'm like, it is what it is. Let me see. I'm going to tweet it. Tweet it out. Let me see. Word. Oh, share. And again, I might be just like an over emotional type of girl, but it is what it is. But that's what these discussions are meant for. I don't feel like we should be afraid to speak out and say how we feel. Let's see. Are you going to save this? I'll rewatch later. I still have it. Yes, I'll post this after. So if you guys want to rewatch it, I encourage you guys rewatch this on like 1.5%, because I get rambly. Sometimes I like stall things that I say, and it's just, these videos are usually longer. It's probably going to be an hour long. So hopefully we have a healthy discussion. This is not meant to like come for brands, bash any brands. It's just me as a member of this community. I want to say how I feel. So the first thing that I want to say is, I wish brands would stop using the term micro-influencer. That drives me fucking crazy, and I understand why they do it, because it's meant to target people with smaller followings. But in reality, why does your follower count matter so much? I don't understand this. I was going to do my makeup while I was doing this, but I know I won't be able to do it in an hour. So that's why I'm just going to talk to you guys. Hello, Jasmine. So the term micro-influencer bothers me so much, because we should not be targeted. We're all influencers. We should all be treated the same. And again, I get why they do it because they're trying to target those people with smaller followings. But in the end, your follower count shouldn't fucking matter. If you're an influencer, you're an influencer no matter what reach that you have. Because let's be honest, a lot of people with big followings, it's not a real following. It's just, you can buy views, you can buy followers, you can buy all those things. So the fact that brands will almost like, not discriminate, that's not the right word that I'm looking for, but it's like, I see where they're like, oh, who are your favorite micro influencers? Like, I hate the fact that it's even a term. Like, we're all influencers, whether we're big or small. It shouldn't matter if we're micro or macro. If you have people that value your opinion, you're an influencer, period. We shouldn't be segregated by our follower count. It's one thing that drives me fucking crazy, and people might look at this like, you're only saying this because you're a micro influencer because I have a smaller following. Your follower count shouldn't fucking matter. What should matter is the interaction that you have with your followers and just the authenticity. I don't know. It's just one of those things. I guess I don't look at it as a business perspective because I'm not like a brand owner. It's just one of those things as a person that's in the position that I see brands like, oh, who's your favorite micro influencers? It just frosts my ass. Like, it's going to be all the things that frost my ass that brands do. I think it matters when it comes to getting paid, but it shouldn't. I see, it's like certain things I understand to a point, but it's like, if you genuinely like this person, like, I don't know, it's one of those things that bothers me that brands have the control to get people to be macro influencers, but when we're oversaturated by the already existing ones, it's kind of hard to get there. Just being a smaller creator, I guess. How do you feel about smaller creator? Brands do segment affiliates so you have an idea of the reach. That's where it's like, I get why they do it because it is a business. You're trying to make money, but it's going to get to a point, especially now since consumerism is such a big thing. People are going to stop supporting these brands that are only supporting these big ass people that are problematic and do all this stuff that it's just like, perfect example for me is Morphe. I was a ride or die for Morphe for the longest time. I had so many makeup brushes from them, so many palettes, so many this. I never once, with all the time that I've tagged them, anything like that, I've never gotten anything back from them. And they're supposed to support smaller creators and all this stuff. And I'm just saying this from my perspective, and this is just an example. I'm not trying to call them out or anything like that. It's just an example so you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from. Now I see, this is one thing that really like sparked my interest to do this video today. I just saw with them specifically, they're coming out with another collaboration with Jeffree Star. Why are we collabing with the same people over and over again, for one? And for two, like, I love me some Jeffree Star. He's his own makeup brand. Why are we collabing with these people when this community itself, it's so oversaturated? Why are we just doing the same things over and over again? And this is where it's like, it's all about the money grab. And that's where consumerism is such a big thing now, where you're gonna bite yourself in the ass. And this is hopefully helpful for brands because, like I said, with Morphe, I won't be supporting them anymore just because it's like, I see what they're doing. They're pumping out these products. They're just collabing with people that have big followings that are problematic. And that's all well and great because you're a business. That's what you're supposed to do. But at the same time, there's so many other talented people out there that it's very apparent nowadays what brands' intentions are. And in this community, because we're a community, it's so hard, and I don't want to be like, oh, they should be considerate of all the things that we say, because in the end, they are a business. They're trying to make money, and I get that, but it's going to bite them in the ass. So I know after this whole Jaclyn Hill, like the Jaclyn Cosmetics shitstorm, like Morphe specifically, people are going to draw back because now their brand is being problematic. You know what I mean? So that's just one of those things, like, the micro influencer thing really just pisses me off, and that's probably because I'm a smaller creator and I'm a smaller influencer, but I look at it as we're all influencers. And it's just, we shouldn't be segregated on that. The next thing we'll talk about is, oh my God, my phone is going to probably go off right now. Call them all influencers. Oh. I don't know what's happening. Something just popped up on my screen. I'm like, what the fuck? I say engagement should matter more than the number of followers. I agree. I completely agree. And the reason that I say that is because, like, I've reached out to brands before because I like to think, like, I know I don't have, like, a massive following or anything like that. But that's where brands hold the cards for a lot of different things. And I know for a fact it's because of I have a smaller following. And that's good and great. But I hate to see that brands are trying to reach out to micro influencers, but then they're not really doing it. You know what I mean? Let's see. Engagement is key. Donna's right. We look at engagement and content with their follower account. Full disclosure. Jen always doing cardio. Another thing I wanted to bring up is making your consumers all feel appreciated. And this is where people probably look at this like I'm kissing Jen's ass so hard. But what her and Rich Lux did for their collaboration, like, it's fine to collaborate with people, but please be mindful of your consumers. Like, focus on the products. Don't just focus on pushing out all these collabs and not focusing on the quality of the products, because nowadays quality matters to us. And with their collaboration specifically, like, I love the fact that they were like, they're treating their consumers that are actually buying their products as they would treat their influencers. So it's like, if you support this brand and buy the product, you're getting like the PR package. I love that brands, like, there's other brands that do this as well, but I feel like every brand should be doing this. If you offer a PR package, you should make that an option for people to buy too, because we're just as important as these influencers are. Because in the end, without us buying your products, you wouldn't make any money. So it's like, I get the point of you want to show it off to like their following and stuff like that. But what about the consumers? What about us? Like, don't we matter? Why isn't the quality of the packaging as good as what you're giving to these influencers? That's just one thing that's really bothered me. And I like the fact that Jen and Rich did that. Like, everybody's going to get the PR package. I love that. And it's not going to cost extra money and stuff. Like, I don't know. It's just like one of those things. I'm like, more brands need to be doing this. And I don't want to say I'm coming for all brands, because there's a lot of brands that do things right, but there's a lot more brands that do things wrong. And I feel like the quality of the products is, it's one thing that's bothered me so much, because it's like, the more into this community I've gotten and the more makeup I've purchased, it's like the more that I realize, like, brands are just pumping out products to make money. And that's not how it should be. You should be focusing on the products. You should be focusing on the quality, not just slapping a fancy packaging on it and then giving us shit products. Let's see. I have them posted all over my Instagram. We are possibly more important than influencers. Exactly. We are more important than influencers. So stop treating us like we're not. I would buy so much more if it was always an option. Exactly. If anything, send the influencers the exact same. Exactly. Okay, you guys are all picking up what I'm putting down. At the end of the day, you'll have the power to control where your money goes. And this is where I feel like brands have the ultimate control as well. I want to get into the whole PR thing. I understand the fact of you want to send it to these massive influencers. I get that. But at the same time, if you're so concerned about micro influencers and actually like helping creators that you as a brand love and support, why don't we like change up how we do PR? Like, you could still send it to these massive influencers. That's all good and great. Why don't we try to send it to like smaller creators before? Because let's just be honest, when us as creators are producing content, we obviously want to talk about new shit. We know that new shit is what people want to know about. So we're going to like jump at the fact. We're going to buy things as soon as they launch. We're going to get the products. We're going to review them. We're going to throw up our first impressions, because that's what's going to get views, because that's what people want to see. They want to see new products. So if these brands are saying they want to support smaller creators, reach out to those creators and be like, hey, we'll try this creator out. We'll send them PR like a week beforehand, or just change up the way that you do PR, because ultimately brands, I feel like, have the most control over this whole situation, like if you genuinely care about the community itself. Because I feel like we're getting to the point where the community itself is more important than like the whole makeup thing. And I'm only saying this because like my live streams perform way better than my like reviews and stuff. And it's because I'm so like open and just, I don't know. It's just like, I can see like a shift happening that consumers care more about quality of products now. We care about the community aspect of the beauty industry. So it's like, I hope makeup brands can see that maybe they need to do things differently. They need to focus on not pumping out so many products. Like perfect example, ColourPop. I love ColourPop. They need to slow the fuck down because they're producing so much stuff that it's like we can't keep up. And then it's like, you know, I feel like if they spent a little bit more time on things, maybe the quality would be a little bit better. You know what I mean? It's like, it's stuff like that. It's just us as smaller creators and, you know, us trying to build followings, like trying to keep up with these makeup launches is fucking possible because I got bills to pay. I have a mortgage to pay. I can't be buying makeup every single day. And that's kind of where it's at now. It's like us as creators trying to keep up with everything. It's just like, oh my fucking God, it's crazy. Let's see, more profit the expense customers. And that's why I love, like, I always mention Jen because I feel like she's doing such the right thing as a brand owner. Like, there's some brand owners that I'm just like, yes, bitch. That's where us as consumers and everything, we need to pick up on these things that brands are doing. That's where I'm just like, no, I'm done. And this is just an example. That's where I see how certain brands are treating their consumers. And I'm just like, I'm not going to support them anymore because ultimately we kind of control, like brands, I feel like start it. And then us as consumers, we pick up off of the brands. You know what I mean? So it's like, if we just stop purchasing for brands that are supporting problematic people, like if we genuinely want to see this shift, we have the ability to do that. It's just I hate the micro influencer thing really frosts my ass. It drives me crazy. Let's see, limited edition items are okay when companies only do limited edition products. Yes, we could talk about limited edition. What do we think about limited edition products? I personally don't buy them as much anymore unless it's like a collaborator like the Ofra and Samantha March. Like I know people aren't gonna be able to get all of that forever, but it's like, that's where I genuinely love and support her. So that's why I wanted to buy it. But a lot of these limited edition products, like holiday stuff, it's like, us as creators, we're probably not going to be supporting it as much anymore because it's going to get to a point where we're going to use it for one video and then that's it. So I understand why they do limited edition products, but why does it have to be limited edition? If you love and support these people, why isn't it a permanent option? Let's see. ColourPop doesn't bother me. I'm yet to purchase a palette from them. I feel like they're a good brand for the price. It's just, they're so hard to keep up with. I know they do. Let's see. Limited edition, much higher profit margins because there's no inventory costs. Yeah, that's where it's like, it's about money. I was visiting Ulta to look at clearance and see if I could find a palette under $10. I found 2 palettes that were testers. No other palette. I hope you didn't buy a tester. I'm trying to think of other. I wonder if I have anything written down because I've been wanting to do this video for a long time, but though like that, the micro influencer thing really, really drives me crazy. There's so many things and I'm just like trying to think of them all. I hope you guys can help like direct me in the right direction. Let's see. I had some. Where are they? Oh, where's my list of stuff? We can talk about brand trips. I love the idea of brand trips. Maybe switch up the people that you're taking on these brand trips. I feel like they're not as popular anymore. But that's one thing. It's just like, okay, it's really cool to see. But I hate seeing the same people over and over again. Question for you, Britt. Any brands you will not buy from? Jacqueline Cosmetics, never again. Morphe, I'm not supporting them after the whole Jacqueline Cosmetics thing and their money grabbing techniques. This is just my opinion. The There's a lot of they're like the only two that I'm like, I'll never probably buy from again. Morphe's kind of like maybe in the future if I see a change. Jacqueline Cosmetics, oh, never again. Like they're the only ones that I'm like, nope, never again. There's some that I'm like temporarily not. I like go back and forth on a couple. Pick and choose what you want to review. It's frustrating when a person. Exactly. And that's where I'm kind of making changes too. So that's where I really value your guys' opinions on the things that you guys want to see. So that's where, like, if you guys really want to see stuff, ask, like, be vocal about the things that you want to see from your favorite creators. And then if we see that as creators, we're more likely to do it. You know what I mean? Jen, can I ask a favor? Absolutely. The term micro-influencer is belittling, demeaning it. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. It's like, why are we looked at? I think some people might look at it like, oh, it's no big thing. But when I see that term, I'm just like, it shouldn't matter the follower count. Why the fuck does follower count matter so much? Because it doesn't matter at all. It shouldn't matter, at least. I hate the fact that it's like high school all over again. It's like, why are we in a popularity contest right now? And the whole Jacqueline Cosmetics things really sparked my desire to talk about this stuff, because it's just like, what the fuck? Why are we allowing this problematic behavior as a community? Will everyone watch my reveal video and give me the harshest suggestions idea about what we could do better next time? Everybody go do Jenna Salad and watch that video. I'm so excited for that collab because I feel like they were really mindful of their consumers and they did it right. I never understood brand chips. Like, why do they get? But like, okay. I get it to a point. Jenny just subscribed. Yes, girl. I get it. So the micro-influencers will be the top dogs. Watch my words. I hope so, because it seems like the micro-influencers are the realest motherfuckers on this platform. And that's because our priorities are just different. For me, it's the fragrance, everything. I have sensitive skin. I wish that I like fragrances in some things, but I feel like sometimes it's too much. Oh wait, I missed a tag. Oh, Jenna tag. What other things did I want to talk about? I want to do a separate video on like what viewers could do differently and what supporters could do differently. That I feel like is its own topic. I just had the topic that I wanted to talk about too. What the hell was it? PR, we already covered PR. Is there anything you guys have opinions on? Oh, yay! I just had it. I should have wrote all this down before I went live, but that's where I'm like, I really like picking up where you guys have an opinions too, because this is meant to be an open discussion. Hopefully they all hear us and value our opinions too, because our opinions matter. Let's see. Thank you, Brit. Oh, let me see if I have any other thing. Selling PR packages, we covered that. Collaborations with influencers. We talked about that before. I wish they didn't collaborate with so many of the same people over and over and over and over and over again. Like, if you collaborate once, cool, we got it. Color Popping Kathleen Lights, like, we don't need another collaboration. Morphe and Jeffree Star, we don't need another collaboration. We could talk about the Anastasia Beverly Hills Jackie Aina. What's everybody think? I'm really not interested in it. I was only going to buy it if you guys wanted me to. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I was just like, I really like Anastasia Beverly Hills as a brand. I'm so glad I found it. Yeah, I'm just not afraid to tell it how it is, or at least tell how I feel, because in the end, it's my opinion. It's my channel. I could say whatever I want, and I shouldn't be, I shouldn't be prosecuted for that. What about diversity in the beauty community? I find top people look the same, do the same things. I agree. I feel like it's getting better for sure, but that's where I feel like again, brands hold the cards to really direct it in a different way. Like, send your PR to different people first and then send it maybe to these massive influencers. Just kind of be mindful of people that are trying to get on that level, which I don't know, like, follower count to me doesn't matter. I don't care how big my following is. I would much rather have a smaller community of people that are really interactive with me, that really value my opinion. And I feel like that's what should be important, not just how many fucking followers you have. Because in the end, it doesn't matter. This isn't a popularity contest. This is just, I guess my thing with the beauty community is I love the community aspect of it, because I have no friends in real life, like my immediate life, you know what I mean? Like, you guys are in my real life, but you guys know what I mean. I have nobody that I could talk to about this stuff with. And that's where I really like fell in love with the community, is because that's what I valued from it. I can treat, oh, I don't know what that is. Very underwhelmed launch. I thought so too. I mean, I get it. I like that they collabed with a person of color, because I don't feel like that's very, very much a thing. I feel like more of that would be nice, but there's other people besides Jackie Aina. Like, she had a massive collaboration with Too Faced. It's like, why are we collabing with the same fucking people over and over again? I don't understand it. I wish they took time to not only ask like their follower, or like, how do I want to say this? I wish brands would actually do the research them damn selves and find people, versus just asking people, oh, who are your favorite creators? Like, I hate the fact that this is at least what it seems like to me, to be a successful creator, you have to be politically correct, brand friendly. I hate the fact that anytime a brand reaches out to me, because since my Jacqueline Cosmetics thing, like my whole being vocal about that, because I got a lot of interaction on that. My videos performed very well. They're my top videos. Since I did those videos and I was so vocal, like, brands have started to reach out to me. And I'm like, why should I have to respond back that, hey, just so you know, like, I swear in my videos, and then brands will say like, oh, you have to talk a certain way. Like, makeup brands, please let us live our best fucking lives and talk the way that we want to talk about products. If you want to sponsor a post, sponsor a video, don't give us like points that we have to hit when we talk about stuff, because it comes off as disingenuine or not genuine, if that's even a word. Let us talk about shit the way that we want to talk about it. Let us be honest with our followers. Don't say like, oh, we want to send you this product in return for a video, because at the end of the day, that's kind of insulting as a creator, because makeup brands can, hold on. I hope I didn't just lose track, because that was like blowing up right there. What was I just saying? That totally distracted me. Wants to work with you, you should have to change anything. Exactly. That's the thing. I'm like, let me live my best fucking life and say the things that I want to say. Let me be honest with my followers. Don't give me guidelines that I have to make sure that I talk about, because it's not genuine. Like, if you genuinely as a brand love my content, the interaction that I have with my followers, why would you want to change that about me? Why would you want to change that about my channel? Because if I say things like, if I pulled up this foundation, like, because sometimes they'll be like, you have to hold the product up for 2 minutes. It's like, if people see the product, like, it's just things like that. Like, let us do what the fuck we want, because as a creator, it's insulting to be like, oh, well, we'll send you a product in exchange for a video. Like, brands don't realize, some brands I think do, how much time, energy, everything goes into making a video. Like, we have to actually sit down, spend time on this, freaking fly, spend time editing. Like, so much time and energy goes into a video. As a brand, it does not cost you a lot of money to send PR or products. That's just the reality of it is. For the time that it takes us to test products, to really take our viewers into consideration, it shouldn't be a thing. Like, you should just reach out to us, be like, hey, we want to send you PR because we like your content. Here you go. if you feature it, cool. Like, that's having trust in your creators. At least that's what I think. And I feel like that's something that's really bothered me, and that's what people don't talk about. Like, they'll be so quick to say, you guys have no idea how many things I turn away. It's like, okay, cool. Like, do you want a fucking cookie? It's just things like that. I'm just like, oh my God. And this is coming from me as a smaller creator. This is just the things that I see. I can only imagine what people with millions of followers see. People with large followings are being offered huge money to promote the brand the way they want them to, which is fucking bullshit. And I get it. It's a business. And James Charles especially has been very vocal about these things. But that's where I could foresee, I think it was Jimmy that said this earlier, like, small creators are going to be the ones that are the most valued in this community because we don't care about the money. We're doing it for different reasons. Let's see. It's all about business money. Yeah, and that's where it's like, okay, I get it. But this is where I felt it was important to talk about because there's a shift happening and brands need to be mindful of this or people aren't going to support it. At least I don't think. What do you think about PR searches? At first I was like, okay, this is really cool. Like when Norvina started doing it, I'm like, okay, this is really cool. As a smaller creator, I'm glad you said that. As somebody that doesn't do these lavish looks or whatever, it's very discouraging because there are so many talented makeup artists out there. Like, you could fall down the biggest hole of just amazing, talented people. But then it's like, it's so discouraging as a smaller creator because it's like, I don't do these lavish looks or whatever, but I just love and talk about makeup. It's discouraging because it's like, if that's what they're looking for, I'll never be on a fucking PR list. You know what I mean? So it's like, at first I liked it. Then I saw Jeffree Star did it. I'm like, you see how nasty it gets, and it's not productive, I don't think. And then now you see people are selling their PR packages. It's like, oh my God, cost of PR is a big chunk, especially for smaller brands. How does it? This might be the part that I don't understand. It just, like, to me, sending out PR is, how do I want to say it? It doesn't cost that much for brands. I could see it for smaller brands. That's where it's hard. It's hard. The key is to go up without losing your thought. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I see it too. I see PR on sale all the time. And that's where it's like, people are so stupid because they buy it. It's like, why? How long does it take to do an easier video? Define an easier video. There's some videos I could film super quick. Like these videos, oh my God, it's easy because I just sit down, I turn on my computer, and that's it. But as like filming and editing and upload a video, it takes hours at minimum. Like there's some videos I can edit in like a half hour, but that's still a half hour that I'm not getting paid to do something. Like, I don't think earning money on YouTube is a big deal, especially when we're buying products or we're like paying for giveaways. Like, if you see that creators are putting it back into their channels, like, us as viewers shouldn't give a fuck about the fact that people make money, because in the end, it takes us time, energy. Like, sometimes videos take like the time of a full-time job. And that's where I don't think that we should be so judgmental about the fact that people do make money. Let's see. We covered the PR searches. Yeah, at first I was like, oh, this is cool. But then like the more that I saw it, I'm like, okay, it's very discouraging. That growing microphones, it could gain new, exactly. This fucking fly, I swear to God, I could never do a video without a fly. Whatever. Then they give it to people who have millions of followers. Well, they send the free makeup, but then they give it to people who have millions of followers. To them, it's worth. Yeah, like I see that, but that's where, especially like brands that brands know when products are like highly desired. You know what I mean? So it's like, maybe take that time to send it to other people first, and then millions of and then the bigger creators. I don't know. This is where I'm like, people might be like, well, you're just jealous. And it's, no, I'm not. It's just me, as I don't follow big creators anymore because I see that it's just, they're not trustworthy people because they're problematic. It's just, I don't know. That's where I'm too attached to this community, and I'm well aware of that. I was watching Bailey of Vista a lot. Oh, I love Bailey. So they are, mine are lower quality, so they are, oh, I think I missed. Oh, shit, I jumped, hold on. I think it would be expensive. Work for a brand, not make it, but our items are $250. To give it away to people, I just expect it. It's like that's the case, then just don't do PR. I don't know, I feel like PR is a tough thing, because I get the point of it, but at the same time, it's like, I'm only being vocal about this because I get it, it's a business and you want to make money. It's the shift in the community is where I'm like, hey, make a brand, you might want to do some shit different. You know what I mean? Just because it's people are starting to really pull back and boycott brands, and cancel culture is so real right now. But it's like, maybe if brands did things differently, it could kind of redirect the community in general. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like brands hold so much control in this community, and they could do so many things differently that would really positively affect this community. I thought selling PR was low. Oh yeah, it definitely is. Wow, hours. Yeah, it takes hours to do videos. Need to search authentic creators, then just, I agree. And it comes back to, like, live our best fucking lives and do what we love, because I don't know, it's like, respect your creators, because that's what I feel like it is. Like, when brands reach out and they're like, oh, we want you to do a video on this product, but if you don't, it's almost like, if you don't do a video, we're not going to send it to you. And it's like, okay, I get that. But that's like a risk that you take. Like, being a business is about a risk. And if you genuinely believe in somebody, then that risk is worth it to you as a brand. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is. It's like, as a smaller creator, and even a creator in general in this community, it's like, I feel like brands don't trust us, and they should. You should trust your creators. You shouldn't give us point by point on things that you have to say. You shouldn't tell us how to act. That's just one thing that viewers probably don't see, but that's something that I see. Let's see. Oh, we could talk about, I just saw Jen said avoid waste. With your PR packages, like, let's be mindful of the environment. Like, we don't need to send out, like, I talked about this on my IG story, I think it was 2 days ago when I got my Lunar Beauty package. Like, everything was packaged tightly. Like, it was packaged appropriately. I can't tell you how many orders I've gotten from Ulta specifically. I order, like, a lip gloss, and it will come in a box like this big. It's like, why are we being so wasteful? Like, and a lot more creators are being more vocal about this. Or it's like, make things so you could repurpose them. That was another thing that Gerard Cosmetics did with Rich Lux. Like, they made their PR package, or like their, if you guys didn't see it, go watch her, what do you call it? Announcement video on their collab. It's like they made their PR package so it could be repurposed to, like, put your brushes in it or something like that. Like, being mindful of your consumers, being mindful of the environment. I want to move this down because I'm, like, sitting up super straight and my feet are falling asleep. It's all about money, though. I agree, and I get it. It's a business, but at the same time, it's like, shifts are coming within this community, and I feel like us being vocal about our concerns about it may help. I don't know. This is just meant to be an open discussion in hopes that people will hear us as just concerned members of this community. Let's see. Brands really need to look at the drama that goes on. But the drama gets views, it gets interaction. Like, people love drama, and it's so annoying. People love problematic people. Let's see. Have more control, but don't always. Do you feel like consumers have more control than brands? What do you guys think about that? I feel like brands kind of set the bar, but then consumers do have the control with where we put our money. And that's where I'm at now. I used to be so quick to just buy what's hot, what's new, what people care about. And that's why I always ask you guys, like on IG story or wherever, like I'm always asking you guys like, hey, do you want to see a video on this? Or I just buy things that I'm genuinely interested in. Like those Sydney Grace eyeshadows, I just swatched them all over my Insta story. I haven't been that excited about a makeup product in so long because they're so different. They're so unique. Like I feel like so much thought went into those eyeshadows. I'm excited about it. So that's where I'm like, I bought them for myself, but I asked you guys on IG story. I'm like, do you guys want to see them? It's like, it's stuff like that. Like, I feel like, I don't know. It's just a shift that I'm seeing. There's like these indie brands are coming out of nowhere. And it's, I don't know. It's so interesting to see the evolution of this community. Let's see. They need to stop with their PR packaging. I would be so curious to see what would happen if brands just stopped with PR. Because I see that even people are, they're like refusing to get PR anymore. I see that that's a big thing now. I'm going to skip down. If I missed your comment, just comment it again. But people keep buying from the same brands they complain about. I know. And that's where I want to do a separate video, like how consumers and viewers, you're right. You're probably right. I think, yeah, I feel like consumers need to do their part, but brands need to do their part as well. So I feel like everybody needs to be more mindful about where they put their money. I think it's the beginning to consumer control. Yes, I completely agree. And that's where I'm like, let's just talk about this stuff. I think it's fascinating because it went from a time where it was consumer control and it was like a new community. And then it kind of evolved into, you know, these brands coming out of nowhere and just like overruling everything. And then it was buy. And everybody was just buy. And now it's like, wait, let's chill the fuck out because so many brands they're just like pumping out products. And it's like, we're kind of at the point where like, we see what the fuck you're doing. Let's pull back a little bit. And it's so interesting to see to me. To be honest, I'm not as excited about big launches lately. I completely agree. And that's another thing. I'm like, brands, smarten up. We see that you're producing the same shit over and over. It's like, instead of being so focused on just pumping out stuff and making money, pull back a little bit, get some creativity, and give us some new exciting shit to get excited about. I don't know. It's like, I get it to a point. It's again a business, but it's at the same time, shit's changing. And I agree. I feel like they're just so focused on pumping out just the same things that we've seen over and over again, just changing the packaging. And even in some cases, it's like not even changing the packaging. It's like, perfect example, the new Too Faced palette, it looks just like the Pretty Rich palette. I was just like, did you not take any time to like think about something new or an innovative or whatever? We're kind of at the point now, it's probably hard for brands too because everything's been done at this point. But one thing that I was like, whatever happened to this? And I felt like this was, we'll go back to the collaborations. I felt like this was a collab. Now we have 3 flies in here. I felt like this was a collab I was so excited about, and it never happened, and I don't know what happened. Whatever happened to the Trend Mood and Ciate eyeshadow palette? I feel like that was the ultimate collaboration because it was based on what Trend Mood followers voted on. Like, from the entire thing of it, and I don't think it ever came out because I was following that for the longest time. It's like we voted on all the eyeshadows, the names, the packaging, like that was like the ultimate collaboration. If I did a collaboration, that's exactly how it would be. It was done so right, so flawless. And then it's like, what happened? What happened to it? And that was one thing. I was so sad. If anybody knows like what happened, because I must have missed it, let me know. Because I was hyped over that. Because that's how a collab should be. It should be about the... We can kind of go back to the Jackie Aina. It's like they said it was like about what the consumers want, but I don't really feel like it was. I feel like it was about what Jackie wanted. But I could be wrong. Just 'cause I don't watch like all of her videos or anything like that. It was just like there's nothing like unique or anything about it. I don't know. That was just my kind of takeaway on it, but it was, I don't know. that's just one thing. I was just like, I wish more brands would actually spend time to collaborate in an effective way rather than just like getting with this creator, throwing your name on something. Like, I don't know. I think indie brands have gotten so huge because they probably started to fill a need. Yeah, I agree. You got the respect to Lexus. Yes, I completely respect that. I really like that they did that. They stopped receiving PR. And I see more people are starting to do that. So it's like, okay, if brands see that people are starting to do that, why wouldn't you be proactive and find other creators that people are supportive of? You know what I mean? Instead of, I don't know, it's so easy to throw a tweet out there like, oh, send us all your favorite creators. It's like, no, hire a person to really like research people because there's so many amazing channels on this platform, but we're overshadowed by all of these just big ass problematic people. It's like, I think it's so odd to me that all of like the top creators are so fucking problematic. Why is that? Why as viewers are we allowing this to happen? Let's see. I need to break from all the new yeah, I completely agree. I'm in a product release burnout. I completely agree. Consumers drive a social media algorithm. Indie brands used to have a level playing field, but not anymore because of large brands. True. Yeah. But that's where it's like brands have the cards to do things different. I don't know. But I completely agree. I feel like brands and consumers, we need to do things differently. Let's see. Seriously, how many nude palettes can we have? Agree. Let's see. Speaking of no releases, some brands are already sneak peeking their holiday releases. Oh my God. Exact. It's like, what the actual fuck? Some of the stuff I'm like, oh, I'm excited over it. But then I'm like, oh my God, calm your titties. Let's see. I feel like everybody's reeled their purchases back. There's been so many times I made orders online and went to the store to pick up stuff, got overwhelmed. I've done that so many times. So many times. I've even gone on websites and I'm like ColourPop, I've always said this. I'm like I love ColourPop, but I get so overwhelmed because they produce so much stuff. I'm like, I go on their website, I'm like, this is way too much. I can't. And I just don't buy from them. Just because of that reason. It's like, slow the fuck down. Engage posts for a brand you want to support. Absolutely. And engage with the creators that you want to see more of. I know, I'm not ready for the holidays yet either. I'm just like, but that's where this is where, like, especially holiday time, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm not going to buy anything limited edition for the holiday, most likely, unless I'm genuinely excited about it myself, unless you guys tell me, like, hey, we want to know about this product. Like, you guys have to, engage with us and tell us what you want to see. Because like, a lot of people are doing that. But that's where, too, it sucks because it's like so many people are being mindful, but then the bigger creators are getting this stuff, so it's like it's going to be overshadowed. It's like an endless cycle. You know what I mean? Samantha has amazing stat PR, but I think everyone watches the problematic videos instead of her. Oh, completely agree. I fucking love Samantha Robinell. I don't always agree with the things that she says or does, but I think she's unapologetic and she's, I don't know. I really like her. Let's see. I feel like a lot of people are stopping to watch the bigger creators. And there's still some that I watch occasionally, but this is where I want to do a separate video for viewers because people don't realize what makes a difference and what doesn't. You know what I mean? Like likes, thumbs ups, subscribing, like what matters and what doesn't. We'll do that in a separate video. I've talked about it in a couple previous live streams, but I don't know. I feel like as creators and consumers, we shouldn't be so afraid to voice our opinions, but I don't feel like we need to do it in such a negative way. Like online hate and everything is so not okay. Like there's a way, and that's why I wanted to do these live streams because there's ways to have healthy discussions about things and not to completely shit all over a brand or anything. Like when I mentioned Morphe, it's like, I'm not saying it to to shit all over them because I wasn't supportive of them for so long, but it's like they're just doing things that I don't agree with, and I shouldn't be afraid to voice those opinions, you know? And I feel like for a lot of bigger channels, especially because it's their jobs, like they don't want to say those things, and I don't think that's right. I know, Karen. I'm just going to purchase what I want on Black Friday and leave it. Let's see. It's so toxic over the years, not. But that's where we'll cover this in probably another video. Why people don't do tutorials anymore is because they're not viewed. Like with the tutorials is one of the things that takes the most time for us to film in most cases, and you spend all this time and energy, and it's like people don't watch them. So it's like, so what I started doing, I don't really do like on camera, like, well, I shouldn't say that because I've been doing live streams. It's like getting ready with me. I feel like people really like the live streams because it's like we're sitting down, we're communicating, like it's like a cool thing. I started doing like my tutorials on IG, like IGTV, because I don't know, I feel like that's where people like to see them. So it's, if you want to see tutorials, watch them. But that's where it's like YouTube, it's like they don't exactly push out the content. It's like there's so many different things. The algorithm's all fucked up. But they're like that's the reason why. This is a great discussion. Thank you. It's gonna be mindful of what. Exactly. I stopped watching most big creators except Jeffree Star. Yeah, like that's where I know Jeffree Star is problematic, but I love the fact that he's unapologetic on who he is and just no filter. Like his personality is very much like mine. I know he's problematic, but I know he doesn't care because he could go to buy this shit anyways. And that's where like most of the creators can, but it's like, that's where me just as a viewer, I just relate with certain people more. And I don't feel like all big creators, I don't feel like that we should just not trust them, because in the end, I don't feel like follower count matters. It's not a popularity contest. It's just finding the people that you click with and relate to, and genuinely as viewers show support for them. Like don't complain that they're doing sponsored content. Like just support them. There's a reason that people are doing like sponsored contents. Like, and I feel like as viewers, we could see through those things, especially now. I don't know. Live streams are amazing. I started doing mine. I really like them. I almost like want to do a channel just of live streams because I feel like they're so interactive and just, I don't know. I really like them. I like having open discussions with you because I feel like that's what a community does. I don't feel like a community is a place to just go for when you want, like, oh, what should I buy? It should be a place that we all talk about things that we care about, even what we don't care about. I don't know. It's just, that's what I see as a community. I do like seeing tutorials on IG because it's quick. Yeah. I agree. That's where I personally like watching tutorials on there because there's like, especially with me, like all the eye looks that I do is basically the same. Like all the brushes that I usually use are usually the same. So it's like, I feel like you get the point. I don't know. It's strictly about the engagement on YouTube. Agree. I think he's really growing as a person. You're talking about Jeffree? I agree. Love this channel pretty much. Found you during Lipstick Gate 2019. It was instant connection. Oh, thanks, girl. Hello from Syracuse. Yes. Oh, my alarm went off because I gotta get ready for work here in a minute. I'm actually located in Auburn, so I'm not far from you. Supporting affiliate code and links is important to keep everyone honest. I completely agree. Oh, Pride. Yes. I know where Auburn is. Yeah, we're like a half hour from each other. That's so cool. I have to go to work, but I wanted to have this open discussion. I highly encourage you guys to keep this discussion going in the comments because I know there's things that I didn't cover, but I feel like the most important things, like the biggest thing for me is like, just stop calling us fucking micro influencers. And I say us because I'm included in this. To me, it's like offensive. And maybe it shouldn't be. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but that's how I feel. I feel like no matter what size you are, you're still an influencer. We shouldn't be generalized by just the amount of people that follow us. Thanks, guys. All right, so this is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please feel free to keep this comment, keep the comment section going on this. Make sure you check out my last video on my Lunar Beauty first impressions. There's a giveaway on that video, so go check that out. It closes on the 15th, I think it was. So go check that out. Go check out Jen's video. She asked everybody to go on her announcement video. Like, her AdSense all goes towards, what is it? Like, what do you call it? She donates all of her AdSense and everything, and she wanted feedback on that. So everybody go, I don't know why I'm having such a brain fart with that. She donates all of her AdSense, and in that video, she's asking for critiques on what her as a brand can do better. See, like, I think that's so important. Like, I love the fact that a brand owner is on these types of videos and asking for feedback. I love that. Dog Rescue and Domestic Violence Center. I love that. And then in that video, I'm going to be supporting the Rich Lux collab. I'm really excited for that. I think that's another collab that was done right. I feel like they were mindful of their consumers. This is my message to makeup brands. Be more mindful of your consumers, and you should be treating them as influencers, just like you, if not better than your influencers, because I get it. Your influencers are valuable to you, but your consumers that are actually buying your products should be more valuable than your influencers that you're just sending free product to. I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts on this. I know I didn't cover all of them, but please keep this going in the comments. I'll see you guys hopefully in a couple days. I don't know. Follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, wherever. Consumers shouldn't be footing the bill for mega influencers. Completely agree. There's so much things that could be done differently. I want to hear what you guys think in the comments. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please be nice to each other in the comments. Let's get this this community peaceful again. All right, I'm out. Bye, you guys.